use conversations as tools to create social change. We have a saying in our work which says, words create worlds. What we speak about ultimately shapes reality. And therefore, conversations are critical to the reality that we want to create. In this journey, you are invited to have conversations with people. And most of these people will not be like you. Normally, you're used to talking to people who are of your same age, same socio-economic class, and almost the same orientation. They hang out with similar circles. And Community Connect invites you to go out of this whole process. It invites you to talk to people who are different from you. When you speak to people, the idea is to build a heart-to-heart connection. Remember, authenticity cannot be faked. And if you're genuinely interested and curious about a conversation, you genuinely want to know, connect, and inspire, then it's very important to come from the space of humility. Coming from a space of, I don't know, but I am curious. I would like to know. Nobody can resist a youngster who comes with all their energy and curiosity and invites someone into a conversation. The start of that conversation need not be a rehearsed conversation saying, may I have a minute of your time or excuse me. Of course, that permission is really important. But a lot of times I've seen young people rehearse scripts and just spell them out without tuning into the person who's on the other end. So to have a good conversation with the other person, you need to ask for a minute or a second or say, please excuse me, but then not rush into a conversation. To actually take time to tune into who is this person you're talking to? How does he look? What is their energy? Where are they coming from? And getting curious about that. Of course, initially the person at the other end is very curious about what you're doing and why do you want their time. People are very anxious about their time. So you may want to put a specific number, say, can I have 2 minutes of your time? And actually use only that much time because you promised them to use that much time. Right? A lot of times it may also happen that people may brush you aside, but your positivity is eventually infectious. It reaches people in their hearts and they're able to actually embrace and receive you and get curious about what you're doing. Now, once you have opened up this conversation, it is important to share in a very specific, concise, clear way what are you doing, why are you doing it, and what's the action you need from them. Right? The sharper you say this, the better it will be, and more often you repeat, the clearer it will get. Initially, you will be all over the place, but as you keep talking to people and keep explaining them why you're doing CCC and what is it that you're looking for, you will get better and better. This is also your journey of becoming a better and better communicator and somebody who has lesser inhibitions in dealing and talking with people. You can also sense into who are the people who are looking receptive and actually try and approach them first rather than approaching strangers. It's always a fun process if you do it playfully and not make it very touchy and heavy. The lightness actually allows the conversation to flow. Now, in these conversations, it's very important to invite a few specific energies. One is the energy of pain. Everybody has some pain with the city. Everybody has some issue, some complaint, and everybody has some idea on how to solve it also. So the conversation of pain, irritation, what are you upset about or what is it that bothers you is a very useful conversation which engages people. We love to talk about what bothers us. So one conversation is that conversation. The other conversation that I have found very useful is the conversation about dreams and hopes. People love to talk about what their dreams are, what they're hoping, and what would it look like if things get better. The energy of that conversation is much more positive, and perhaps you may want to start with something painful and move into something dreamy. The conversation's flow, energy, and content will depend on conversation to conversation. My request is to minimize thumb rules, saying that every conversation will go that way, every conversation has to go that way. Do not force a conversation. That's the best way to kill a conversation. Instead, enter the conversation like a dancer. Speak to the person and see what they have to say. Receive what they have to say and respond to it rather than just being stuck with a script in your own head. It's only in that exchange of energy, that dialogue, that you'll actually be able to create a shared space and move people. Ultimately, conversations are those that inspire action in others. And if you are an inspired person, you will be able to inspire others. If you yourself are depressed, not excited, or not hopeful about what you're doing, that energy will spread. So the invitation also is for you to be really excited and inspired about what you're doing. To see what you're doing as something very significant and powerful and having the potential to make a difference in the world. What you're doing is not asking for a favor from another person. What you're helping the other person do is to get them to the kind of city that they would like. It's a favor mutually, not only a favor to you when you invite them into a conversation. Remember, it's ultimately one person talking to another, two human beings talking to each other for a higher purpose. It's a great excuse to build connections and to build skills that enable these connections. Give it a shot.